Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. Now today we are trying something that I felt maybe wasn't going to be special, but I had to get it anyway just to see if it was. It's a Whiskey with the E. It is a bourbon. Maybe it is a bourbon. I don't know. The specs is really concerning sometimes, but let me have a little read. All right, now we have Old Virginia. Alrighties, now there is a 12-year-old age statement on this, so you know what? That was the selling point for me. 80 proof, 40%, that was not the selling point for me. Now, reading at the back, it says here, imported by Pinnacle Drinks, 26 Waterloo Street, Surrey Hills, New South Wales, 2010, Australia. Inquiries, call 1300 721 920. Bottled in France from American Bourbon. This is what I mean by, it doesn't even say distilled by who or, like all this. It just says bottled in France from American Bourbon. So I thought, wow, that doesn't really say much at all. But let's break it down. Alrighty, so this here in Australia retails for $62. Now, is it worth it? Let's see. All right, now on the nose. All right, on the nose, surprisingly, all right, surprisingly, keep this in mind. I'm trying to break this down in the mind state of it is 80 proof, it is 40%. All right, you can't compare that to even a 101, but that's how I was basing this upon originally. Like, is it worth it? I mean, if it's not as good as a Wild Turkey 101, that being $70-ish, this being 62, yeah, I get it. Pay a little bit more for the 101 for the higher strength. There's higher age in this, but I don't think maybe it matters because that higher strength in the 101 maybe does it magic. But the 12-year 101, different animal. You're not even going to compare these two together because that would be an unfair fight. So how I'm going to break this down is me thinking in my brain, what other bourbons is there at 80 proof that is 40%? So we have Buffalo Trace here in Australia is 40%. We have the Blanton Special Reserve. We have the Evan Williams. Benchmark is 37%. Jim Beam is 37%. Okay, Maker's Mark, I believe, could be 40%. See, that's what I mean. If you guys are going to be commenting like, no, that's 45%, just keep in mind that that's your American releases, and you know what? You even get an extra 50 mils. You lucky people. Alrighties, but let's break it down in a sense where we're comparing it with every other 80 proof bourbon, so let's break it down again. All right, so on the nose. All right, so quintessential bourbony notes. You're gonna get that vanilla. You're gonna get that caramel, but it's really sweet, almost like a berry sweet strawberry goodness or something like that, which is wrapped in a lot of oak, but not like. All right, so not like a Wild Turkey dark, rich kind of oak. This is more all those bright notes in this, like the vanilla, the caramels, all those sweet notes, is still really predominant with this oak note in the back. So it's not necessarily going dark oak, but I mean, on the nose, it is reasonably pleasant for being 80 proof. All right, we got to keep that in mind. I'm going to always refer back to this. So yeah, on the nose, like I said, it's 80 proof. I didn't go into this trying to, like expect a unicorn. At $62, I just thought, you know what, high age statement I love in bourbon. Does the proofing it down to 80 proof, 40%, diminish the quality of this, so that's why I bought this. And is it going to be better than every other 40% like bourbon out there for the price bracket. Is it worth it? Let's check it out. All right, here we go. First sip. I'm gonna throw it out there. All right. Now, the notes that you get in this on the palate, because it's so thin, because it's obviously it's just 40%, but sometimes you get the impression of like it's one of those, I don't want to say it, but like one of those cheap bourbons, you know, like. But the only fact about this is they would have aged it for at least 12 years or something, so then there is a nice rich oaky vibe to this, but quintessentially it really does remind me of like a budget type of bourbon. Now if you're in Australia, I'm talking like what are we thinking, like that Nelson thing, or obviously this poos all over that Mattingly and more, but that's like $30 something, so this is double that, but it's going to be quadruple the age because that Mattingly and more is like 18 months or something. Don't quote me on it, but that's why a lot of things, even though some things could just be 37-40%, you know, you're thinking it's all watery, but sometimes having that higher age in the watery mixture blend, you know, it actually gives it a longer finish, which I've noticed with, for example, the Wild Turkey 13 year, which is only 91 proof. I thought, you know what, for a 91 proof, it actually has a lot of flavors going. Like it's that extra oak, guys. So that's what I'm saying. If you are on your journey and you started enjoying more well-aged bourbons and you like that oaky note, but it's weird. It's like if you're at that point in the journey, you're going to definitely be liking barrel proofs and something a lot more stronger than this, you know what I mean? So this is a really hard one in this department of who does this fit into, you know, like who would want to buy this, or, you know, like if you wanted something oaky, like I don't know if the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked is a little bit more expensive than this or not, but keep in mind that will even be higher strength, and with higher strength means more flavors and more sensational mouthfeel. So that being said, this is a hard one to recommend. I mean, do I enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, this is probably compares well to other 40% bourbons out there. That is not good. I don't know if it will beat the Blanton Special Reserve. That's a hard competition, but it definitely beats the Buffalo Trace or the Evan Williams. Yeah, no, it's just a sweet nose, guys. I mean, if you really like a really predominant vanilla caramel, like really sweet, wrapped in some oak barrels, little hints of like allspice, but not cinnamon, then this may be for you. And you know what? It's easy drinking too. So if you're on that phase of the journey where, you know, you're still enjoying the 40%, or if you're getting over 40%, if you're still enjoying it with an ice cube or all that, you know what, this doesn't even need an ice cube. You can enjoy this the way it is, but I'm sure with an ice cube it's gonna be even more smooth, approachable, either. But anyways, so in conclusion, $62 here in Australia. I mean, would I rather pay 70 something for a Wild Turkey 101, or would I rather pay, I don't know how much the Russell's 10 would cost now, but that would probably be 60 something as well, close to 70. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably rather get the Russells and Turkey products because it's higher proof. Yeah, 2 years younger, whatever, but at least we know where it's coming from. Wild Turkey Distillery. You know, this is a bit of a mystery. Bottled in France, bourbon from America. You know, this is all over the shop. And you know what tops it off even more, ladies and gents? I got this thinking that it was a cork, and then you're there like this, and then you realize that it's a screw top. Oh my goodness, can it keep getting any worse? I mean, you would have had a better run going to look for a valuable scotch. You know, like I was looking, there's unchill filtered natural colors, there's, you know, for a good under $70 bracket, you know, but I went and got this one instead. But here I am sharing my thoughts. So there you go, guys. If you guys see this in the stores, in the glass cabinet at Dan Murphy's, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Don't even think that this is special or rare or anything like that. You're better off just grabbing a rare breed, or even a Wild Turkey 101 would probably, yeah, give this a run for its money anyways. It's only 40%, guys. That's what I mean. This is going to be for some people, but it's not going to be for a lot of years, because as you progress on through your journey, you're going to become a proof hound. And as much as the greats will tell us to put a drop of water into our cask strengths or our barrel proofs, in the bourbon world, we often don't want to, do we? It almost feels like we're taking it away, you know, that feeling. But in the Scotch world, different story. It really does unlock different flavors. You know, in the bourbon world, it's more minute and it's more subtle, you know. Who knows, maybe this was a whole lot more oaky when it was barrel proof, you know, and then when they proofed it down to 40%, maybe this is why there's all this sweetness. So there you go. Maybe Ralphie can touch base on me on this one, because I think that would be something that he would probably mention, and that would probably be a factor of why this is actually nosing so sweet, like vanilla and caramel. But anyways, repeating myself, I'm gonna have another little sip, and you know what, we're gonna light up something with it, and we're gonna go enjoy. How many minutes are we in? 12 minutes. All right, here we go. Yep, it just gets more approachable the more you have. All right, like there's no bites, there's no burns, or, you know, like, surprisingly, yes, sometimes you're looking at something, it's only 40%, but there can be an alcohol bite or a burn, you know, like to the non-whiskey connoisseur world, you know, they might be pouring up some shots of some 37-40% thing, and it could still burn you. But essentially, I think it's in the drinking technique, you know. They're pouring up shots, and we can just have a little sip and splush it around in our mouth, and our saliva will build up, and then that helps to tone it down even more when you swallow it. See, little things like this, it's a whole lot different than we're just pouring up shots and to slam down. And I guess it goes back to the question of, are we drinking to enjoy, or are we drinking to get pissed? Like, I mean, nowadays society, it's almost like a part of society. It's a part of culture to almost be slamming down beers, or, you know, pouring up some shots, and let's go for some beers at lunch, or, you know, it's a normal Australian cultural thing almost. If people want to accept it or not, that's a different story. But anyways, we are getting off topic, so you know what I'm gonna do. I may as well pour up some more of this. We have a little bit of, I can't remember what this one is, but it's either going to be the Wild Turkey 13 year or the 12, or maybe some boogers, either. It's going to be good on top. So let's get this cracked open and let's pour some in. Here we go. Oh my goodness, almost spilt it. All right, let's remember this nose. You know, nothing standoutish. Let's see what this little drops of this in does to this bourbon. This is what I mean by, when I was justifying myself paying for this, you know, you're looking at it like, oh my goodness, 40%, it's probably going to be watery. But that 12-year age statement maybe could give it some nice oaky notes. But if you wanted oaky notes, you know, you have a lot of arguments when you're trying to pull the trigger on this. And don't worry, I won't be pulling the trigger on this again. Oh yeah, this has nothing to do about if this is okay juice or whatever. It's just more the fact that there's a lot of competition out there in the world. I know we don't have much bourbon here in Australia, but still we can look at value, we can look at things like that. You know, this is where, is it an important thing, age statements? Like, could something just be nice enough without the age statement, and you could do your own little research and find out, oh well, there's 9-year stuff in this, or you know, and then maybe that is better than this. There you go. But yeah, $62. I mean, I only just got this the other day, and that's what I mean, guys. When you are drinking 40% things, it really makes you seem like you're drinking more irresponsibly, because it doesn't give you a lasting long finish, and it's dangerous because you could just keep pouring up more because you're not feeling it, you're not appreciating it, you're not taking the time, you know. So lower proof alcohol is dangerous. See, other people look at it like drinking high strength barrel proof stuff, he must be trying to get pissed, or you know, it must be, you know, something like that. But no, when you're drinking higher strength stuff, you appreciate it more and you drink less of it. You could spend time with the one glass and be sipping, you know. There you go. All right, little rant over. All right, guys, let's have a little nose of this with the extra mystery additive. Nah, that's definitely turkey. It just added this element of dark, rich notes, but still maintaining the vibrant, bright. Still with this rich oak. Unless the turkey or whatever it was made it more rich. Maybe it was just standard oak before. Oh man, it is definitely a whole lot better than the original dram. But that's what I mean, guys. Never, when you buy something, right, if you're there and you think, wow, this is not good, I mean, who can I give this to? Don't ever go pour it down the drain, you know. At least try blend it out. Make it like an experiment for yourself, you know. You don't really need to just have it sitting on your shelf and think, who can I give it to that doesn't drink whiskey, who won't know if it's good or not. Yeah, you can mix this with Coke, you know, or you could try blend things out, you know, like see what this would do to adding into other bourbons, or you know, vice versa. You know, all of a sudden maybe these flavors in this, even though it's not too significant, it could create another awesome blend of an infinity bottle, you know, just by adding in that proof down age components. But anyways, let's have a sip of this, and we are going to go get something lit. Let's go. Still approachable, obviously, but longer finish. Slight chocolate just came out. See, blending, guys, blending. Get into it. Don't even think if people are judging you. You know, if you're thinking, I wonder what a bourbon in a rum cask finish would taste, you know what, don't be a stranger. Put a few drops of rum into your bourbon, you know. Who knows? Get creative. All right, now we are going to, sorry guys for the rant, I'm just happy Thursday everyone. Alrighty, so pretty much I am deciding, since I'm not planning to have a lot of time off right now, I'm just relaxing. I figured, you know what, we may as well just have a pour and light up something nice and little. So we have here the Santa Ana. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe I've got to turn down the light or something. Oh my goodness, it's still not working, eh? That sucks. Did you hear that ghost knock? Did you hear that ghost knock? There's a ghost knock that goes on in this room. But anyways, a lot of people don't get to hear it, but maybe you guys just heard it there. Paranormal activity. Alrighty, so pretty much Santa Ana. This retails for $11, I believe. Now, $11, that's pretty cheap. So, I don't know the specs of this. I can't even remember if this is from Vietnam or if it's from Philippines, or if, no, it's not Mexican. That's different Santa. That's a different Santa something. Not Santa Claus, but different Santa. Anyways, let's get this open. Let's go. All right, now. Yeah, you know what? Let's go outside. But before we do, you know what? Let's just get this open. Oh, yeah. Up, 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 up. What, do we just squeeze it through, or what's going on? I don't want to break it. It already looks ripped. There's already a bit of a damage on the leaf here. All right, I might have to pause this because you guys are definitely going to be getting bored. I know I'm just trying to open this right now, and this is getting ridiculous. Yep, I don't want to. Pausing. Well, that was a struggle, but I got it. All right, here we go. We unwrapped it out. There has been a little bit of a construction issue. Obviously, I can see rips in the leaf right there. Little rips up the top here. Oh my goodness, not really looking good, but what do you expect for an $11 cigar? It has to be the cheapest of the cheap range. But you know what? Let's get a cut. Let's get it torched. Let's go outside. Here we go. Alrighties. So Santa Ana, look at all this construction issue. Now look at this. See here? See, look at this. Looks like the little cracks in the leaf. Little seam line crack here. Looks like a little crack here or something. Little slight cracks here, but we're gonna snip it off. But you know what? I would go take this back, but I'm gonna just give it a try right now. So here we go. Santa Ana. Alrighties. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this may just be a machine-made cigar. I mean, I guess the only way we're gonna know is if we stop smoking it at some point and we cut it open just to see if it's all individual strands of tobacco leaf or if it's all little pieces like a cigarette. Then it's gonna be like all what they call short filler. But you know what? Let's get it lit. Let's see how this tastes. Here we go. Alrighty, so. I think the flame's real low, so I'm got it real close, guys. We could turn up the flame. Should be right. Alrighty, here we go. Yep, it's going to be a construction issue, definitely. Alrighty. Forgot to flick. Alrighty, let's have a taste. You know what? Apart from the bits of in my mouth. The retro howl, it's not too spicy, it's not too harsh. It's actually really approachable. Let's see what we get. Oh my goodness, look at this. It just keeps getting worse and worse. Oh my goodness, we just lost a layer of leaf. That is a really thin wrap leaf. I don't know what's going to be going on right there. Now I'm paranoid. Like, I'm going to move this band down a bit. What is going on here? Yeah, a little bit of a pepper spice. I mean, it's almost like a woody note, but nothing like cedar, nothing like heading towards Cubans. But you know what? The draw is actually really no effort in this. At first I was thinking like it was going to be really tight and hard to draw, but it's actually a really easy drawing cigar. I mean, the flavors of this is actually more enjoyable than like a certain Coronas that I've tried that just, you know, comes in the you know, the plastic seal ones, and that's almost grassy, but this is not bad. For 11 bucks, can you complain? I'll complain about the little bits of tobacco falling in my mouth. Maybe complain about the construction issue, but otherwise, $11, it's all good. Alrighties, let's see how it pairs up together with this. It is so light, eh? So light. It's definitely mild. It's not a full body cigar, definitely. Very mild. Oh my goodness. See, remember when I said that construction issue was going to be an issue? Look at that. See, when the wrap leaf is damaged, you know that there's going to be some issues, but you know, I thought I'll just push through it. But here we go, guys. Let's have a sip. Retro House started developing into a more of an earthy kind of note now. Before it was a lot more light, a little bit of a light pepper. But you know what? Let's have a sip, see how this pairs with it. Cheers, everyone. Smoke and drink responsibly. Of course, you know. That's what I mean. You don't have to go spend big money on a Cuban, on a fancy cigar. You don't even really need an expensive bourbon, you know. You can just grab a really cheaper budget bourbon. You can even grab a cheap budget cigar, and somewhere along the line, the flavors of the budget is going to enhance this budget. Not saying that this is budget, it's $62, but still, compared to everything else in the world of bourbon, you know, the prices of cost of living is rising and everything. This is technically a very cheap mix, but I'm just saying, you could probably do this like to enhance really ordinary type of bourbons, you know, the real flat ones. I'm talking, that's what I mean, like this year, the Old Virginia 12 year, I mean, that's it. If we're lining them up against other 80 proof 40% bourbons, then I'm sure this will do well, you know. But if you just wanted something, like if you wanted to replicate a nice bourbon flavor, then you can just do these simple methods. I'm not trying to encourage you to smoke. Obviously, smoking and drinking is bad, but you know, it's a start if you're not inhaling, right? Yeah. So it really does remind me of a Cuban, but obviously less cedar, less earth, less Cuban. But essentially, this has got nice notes. I mean, it's not a bad smoke. It's actually going really well together right now. But let's have a sip, let's have a smoke, and let's break this down. Hopefully we'll get down to some point of this cigar soon, but maybe I'm just going to end this well before we have to get into the final third or anything. Don't count this as a cigar review. This is just a, whatever you want to call this. Nah, for science. Nah, to be honest, I just really wanted to see how this tasted. Honestly, I wanted to see what a 12-year-old age statement something proof down to 40%, if it's still going to be good enough, and if not, can a budget cigar make it better? That was the question that I ran through my brain, and worst case scenario, we can use it in blends. Winning! Alrighties. Oh, so light. So light. I mean, if you're used to like something like a Cuban, like a more full-bodied, then yeah, this is going to be really light for you. But I think this light style of cigar would probably go good in the mornings. Probably pair well with the coffee. But anyways, we are going past 30 minutes. I don't think anyone's even going to be listening for this long. But if you have, you are appreciated. And you know what? I appreciate you all following me on my journey. And you know, like I always say, drink responsibly, but try drink quality. Every now and then we drop the qualities to try enhance the experience. It all goes down to budget, ladies and gents. What can we afford? Very light. And bits in my mouth. Nah, that's beautiful. Like all of a sudden, obviously, if you're doing the same combo with something that's barrel proof, something like that, obviously it's going to be a longer finish, a more hectic experience. But if you just wanted something, obviously you're not deep in your journey drinking barrel proofs, you want something that's approachable, smooth, you know, yeah, something like this is perfectly fine. Now, if you wanted to add in those extra cedar cigar smoky, you know, like those notes that you'd want to find in a nice quality bourbon, then you can always just find your cheapest cigar and just see what it does. I'm not trying to encourage you to smoke and drink or anything like that. I'm just trying to just share my thoughts, that's all, pretty much. Like, if we can't afford something that is of quality bourbon that has those cedar, you know, like that cigar notes, we can't find those cigar blend Joseph Magnus's, yeah, then sometimes this has to be done, you know. But there you go. Not saying you should just smoke a cigar and drink, you know, like it's the only pairing, but I hear people pair these with food. I mean, everything can get paired together. It's just good to see how things bounce off each other, you know. Sometimes you don't get certain flavors in a whiskey that all of a sudden you have some cigar, you go back to the whiskey, boom, coffee. How does it even happen? Who knows? But it's always fun. It's always a good experience. And share your thoughts. What do you like pairing things up with? What are you enjoying right now? Do you have a cheaper daily sipper, a cheaper daily smoke? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. You are all appreciated. Much love. At least it stopped raining. I will catch you all next time. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna really, I mean, I could be unprofessional and jump the gun and say it might not develop anymore, but you know what? You'd be surprised. You know, you get down to that final third and it changes. Obviously, it could be more intense and more whatever from all the concentration of smoke, but sometimes it changes for the better. But either, what part of the cigar do you enjoy more? The first third, second third, or the final third? Let me know in the comments also. See, all these questions are that's why I used to like to go live, so I can just talk to the people. But here we are. You can't go live until you have 1,000 subscribers, so you're gonna have to put up with these for now. But anyways, much love all. Share the video, get more subscribers in, so then you can all just join in. We can all just relax and share our thoughts together. Yeah, it's not bad, actually. I don't mind this at all. There you go. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting that like real grassy notes and something like that, but you know, to be honest, this is going down really well. there you go. I'll catch you all next time. I'm repeating myself. You know what? Let's pour up another one just for goodbye's sake, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. But oh, I spoke too soon. Look, it's starting to rain again. Well, there you go. Raining. Oh. See what I mean? Low strength alcohol, it makes you pour more. It makes you really maybe not appreciate as much as something that is more higher in strength and complex, which hence why we're doing this. It makes it a whole lot better. And for everyone that hasn't tried that yet, you're going to be bedazzled. You know, obviously don't inhale it, you know. Oh, I think it went out. Yep, all right. Perfectly fine, ladies and gents, perfectly fine. Now people be there like, can you relight a cigar? Of course you can relight a cigar. I mean, you could just do it the casual way, or I mean, you could even just get rid of that ash layer. Makes it a whole lot easier, I guess. Get rid of all that crunch. And then here we go again. You don't want to watch this twice, do you? All right, maybe I should go make a reels. You know, share my thoughts, advertise for this future video. But that's what I mean. See, a lot of people, some cigar people look down on the butane lighter, you know. Maybe you want to be more traditional, use a match, a professional match though, you know. Some say you shouldn't suck it in with the butane lit, you know. So this is probably already lit. Alright, oh my goodness, going on for 37 minutes. Who the hell is going to be watching me for this long? Anyways, you gotta love it. Live, unedited, unscripted. Cheers everyone. Drink and smoke responsibly. Happy Thursday. Wishing you all an awesome day. I will catch you all next time. Let's see how this is going. Oh yeah, this is the without the turkey or Booker's additive. So this is just straight from the bottle. You know what? It just went from, yeah, it's all right, you know, 60% to 80, close to 90. Just by this. There you go. Getting a little bit more bitter notes. Let's see how it goes. Bitter notes brings out more chocolate. Yeah, this is a good pairing. Anyways, I'll catch you all later. I'm going to be repeating myself. Tune back in soon. I will be reviewing more things. Let's just say, may as well. I've been slacking off, guys. I've been slacking off, but we may as well make use of this time. So ignore future videos if I look like I'm wearing the same clothes, because we're totally not that kind of person to have to go get dressed up for these things. What you see is what you get. If I'm saying I'm just relaxing at home, then this is how relaxing at home looks. I'm probably not going to go stick on my bestest outfit just to make this video for you. Like all the Cuban aficionados out there, they probably go put on their fancy suit, stick on their hat, make sure they got their most pimpin' ring on and their bestest of cigar cutters. Nah, we're going relaxing styles, you know. Anyways, just thought I'd share that with you, you know. It's not about that. It's not about the glamour. It's not about the image of it. It's about you as a person who enjoys whiskey or cigars to just get to relax and enjoy that whiskey or cigar. You know what I mean? Without having to think about the glamour and think about this and that. Really, you know, if you're just relaxing at home, you're going to stick on a suit just to smoke a Cuban, you know, you're just relaxing, guys. Anyways, that's my point. videos don't look too professional. Like, I mean, even I tune into some people's videos, like, got really dressed up for this one. That's some good editing. I might have to learn how